Good morning, everyone. In the last lecture, we have done about the how to separate immiscible liquids and the sublimation method. Now we have to do the chromatography. The how can we separate the colors from the dye? How can we separate the colors from the dye? Okay, for this we use the method that is called chromatography. That's this process is called to separate the dye colors, different components of the dye or different colors from the dye. Just as it is written, is the dye in black ink is single color? No, it is a mixture of colors. It is mixture of colors. Now for this what we have to do, we have to take a thin strip of filter paper. We have to take a thin strip of filter paper and we will make, just as we will mark a line with pencil on this, and we will put a drop of ink on that line, okay, black ink. And then what will we do, we will take water in the beaker or in a test tube, and we will in a glass, or we will touch this strip on which we have marked the dot to the surface of the water. Okay, the filter paper will absorb water and the colors will rise up. The color that is more soluble, that will rise first, and that is less soluble, that will rise at last. In this case, in this way we will get separate layers of the colors on this filter paper. Okay, now it means that the ink that we use has water as solvent and the dye is soluble in it, right? The ink is mixture of dye and water is a solvent and dye is the solute. As the water rises on the filter paper, it takes along with it dye particles, right? And usually a dye is a mixture of, how can we define dye? Dye is the mixture of two or more colors. Dye is a mixture of two or more colors, and the colored components that are more soluble in water rises faster than the others. Okay, in this way we can get the different layers of different colors layers on the filter paper by rising of the water. Okay, so this process of this process of the separation of the components of the that is a mixture, that is called the chromatography. And the chroma in the Greek language means color, and this technique, that is why this process is called chromatography, because this was used firstly to separate the colors, so it was named as chromatography. And it is used for the separation of those solutes that dissolve in the same solvent. As we have said that different colors they will separate out, because it means that colors are soluble in water, that those solute that dissolve in the same solvent. Now now the question is that what is the application, what is the importance of chromatography? It is used to separate the colors from the dye, it is used to separate the pigments from the natural colors, and it is also used to separate drug from the blood. From the blood, drug can be separated by the method of chromatography. Okay, now next method is how can we separate a mixture of two miscible liquids. Miscible liquids are those liquids that dissolve in each other, For this, just as we take the example of the water and acetone. Water and acetone, they are soluble in each other. It means acetone is soluble in water, and we have taken the mixture in the distillation flask. In this distillation flask, and we will also fit a thermometer on this, so that we can note down the temperature on which the liquid starts boiling. And then we keep on we heat this apparatus, this distillation flask, and then we note down the temperature also. And we will see that the acetone, the one liquid that starts boiling at 53 Kelvin, so it means that is acetone is having less boiling point than the water, so it will boil earlier than the water. And the water vapors, they will rise and they will move in this condenser, and that in the condenser there is chilled water or there is ice cubes, so the acetone vapors, they will come in contact with this and they will cool down and they will change into the liquid. okay, and that liquid acetone will be collected in the beaker. So this is the method. Because acetone is soluble in water, then in this way we have separated the acetone in the beaker, and the water will remain in the distillation flask. Okay, this method is used to separate those. This method is called distillation method, and it is used for the separation of components of a mixture containing two miscible liquids. This method is used to separate the components that contain two miscible liquids, and their difference in their boiling point is more than 25 Kelvin. And the difference in their boiling point is more than 25 Kelvin. Okay, this method of distillation is used to separate the liquids, miscible liquids that are having the difference in their boiling points more than 25 Kelvin. Okay, now there is another method that is called the fractional distillation. Fractional distillation method, it is used to separate those miscible liquids that are having difference in their boiling points more than less than 25 Kelvin. Simple distillation is used to separate the components, to separate the liquids, miscible liquids that are having difference in their boiling point more than 25 Kelvin, and fractional distillation, it is used to separate the two miscible liquid that are having difference in their boiling point less than 25 Kelvin. Okay, and in this way we can separate these. For example, that is the components of petroleum. Components of petroleum can be separated by this method, fractional distillation methods. We can obtain different gases from air by the fractional distillation method. Now what is the difference? This is the fractional distillation apparatus. In this, what is difference between the simple distillation apparatus and the fractional distillation apparatus? Look here, here is a fractionating column. This fractionating column is not in the simple distillation apparatus. In this case, what is this fractionating column? It is a glass tube having beads. It is a glass tube that is packed with the glass beads. And what is the role of the beads? That the liquid that will vaporize, that will first come in contact with these glass beads, and that get more surface area to cool down and then condense earlier easily, and that can be collected earlier. Okay, so this method is used to separate the two miscible liquids in which the boiling point difference is less than 25 Kelvin. Okay, look here, just as we have to separate the different gases from the air. Now air is in the air is a homogeneous mixture of different gases, and how can we separate these gases? We have to first liquefy the gases. How can we liquefy gases? By applying pressure, and by decreasing temperature, or by increasing pressure, we can liquefy gases. Look here, it is written air, and now it is liquid air. Now air will be converted into liquid form. Now that is made to warm up, and that will get converted into the that the component of the air, nitrogen, will boil first. That will be condensed easily, and that will be collected in the liquid form firstly, and oxygen will be collected at the last. So in this case, we can see that we can separate the components of the air with the help of the fractional distillation method. And first of all, we have to liquefy the gases, and we have to liquefy the air, and then by the fractional distillation method we can separate these different gases. Okay, this was all about this fractional distillation. In the next lecture, we will study about the crystallization methods, about physical and chemical changes. Okay, goodbye.